Hi, welcome back to Mojo Designs. We are going to be doing an Aries moon. Love astrology. I have a circle shape and then I have a ram for Aries. So here's the reference photo. Now, you really can't see it on camera, so I am going to lighten it just a little bit. It's okay if the pencil lines are showing. I'm just using a kneaded eraser. A lot of times if you roll it, especially in your watercolors, after you've been done drawing, that's the best way to lift up your graphite. I do have another piece of watercolor paper here. Now we are going to be doing the Aries moon, which is what we're in right now. And I'm just learning astrology. So it's a fascinating subject to me. So I have some Pyro Red, and I'm going to be using some Indian Yellow. I'm probably going to be pulling in some pinks to make some oranges. Use some different colors. This is a mixture of Indian Yellow, because we want fiery, right? You want Aries as fiery. Here's Indian Yellow alone. And here is Pyro Red. And then you get this really fiery orange between the two. So we're just going to have some fun today. And then for the actual ram, I think I'm going to do more of a silhouette. I'm going to use ultramarine blue and some burnt sienna, which makes some of my favorite grays. Again, it's granulating. I love the texture that it gives, especially when you're doing animals and landscapes. Even florals, leaves look amazing with that texture. So I'm just going to mix up a big batch of my gray. And always mix up more than what you think you'll need, because you'll go through it really fast. That's just the nature of watercolor and washes. I believe outside they've stopped. My previous video that we painted some ocean, a beach, well, attempted. I need to redo it because I see a ton of flaws, but it was a good first attempt. Every artist says that, right? We're learning, we're practicing. I think I want to pull in maybe a little bit of this. No, it's not the right color. It's like a permanent rose or a rose, quin rose. What about this one? Might be give me a little bit of pink. It's a quinacridone coral by Daniel Smith. So I'm just going to clean up my one little well here that I put the permanent rose or the quin rose in. Clean up that well. All right, let's go in with our coral, quin coral. I'm going to add a touch of lemon yellow. I just kind of want to see what that gives. So I don't like it. Let's try it with, ooh, that might be pretty. Ooh, there we go, with the Indian Yellow and the quin coral. I am going to put a swatch here of just lemon yellow, not quite the vibe we're going for. Because I want this to be super fiery, full of personality, full of Aries stubbornness, and Aries curiosity. And we're currently in the Aries moon. All right, let's get started. I'm going to wet everything around the ram. You can see there's a tiny bit of color in my brush, and that's fine. Sometimes that's nice because then you can see where your water is. Feel free to turn your paper, to lift it up, to look for a sheen, to look for, we don't want any puddles really of water. This paper that I'm using is by BEE Creative. And I had I'm running low on my arches. I'm almost out actually. And our art stores are closed. Amazon is sold out. So I'm using some other paper that I have. I do like the bee paper. It is 100% cotton. So that is nice. So I'm just taking it from my journal, the pages. So I'm going to go in first, I think, with just some plain Pyro Red. I believe this is either a core. It's not acting like a core color. Core colors have this Aquazol, which is a different binding agent. And core is made by Golden Paints. What I love about the core paints, so I'm thinking this is a Daniel Smith, which is totally fine, doesn't matter. But what I love about the core is with that Aquazol, it bleeds, meaning it will just flow right into wherever your paper is wet. With that, I think I want to put in some, that orange is just so fiery. Love it. And then let's just go in with some plain yellow. I went over the rams. What is that, horn? That's okay. I just want to do some of this pure Indian yellow. I'm going to set this aside. Don't need to be holding it. We're going to be doing like a semi-silhouette. We may do all of it silhouette, but I don't think so. Just because I want the horn detail. There's many ways you can approach this. And as you see, I have some puddles. I'm taking a fairly dry brush. We're just going to sop up some of the extra water. I don't want any blooms. If they happen, no big deal. Right? No big deal. Just like me going out of the line there. No big deal. Here. This is an Aries moon, right? From what I'm learning about Aries. Fiery and stubborn and all the good things, right? Really want to charge in some of this Pyro Red. And it's getting bigger, no big deal. I think that's kind of the, right, the nature. Let's go ahead and add some of that Quinn. I don't even think I need that, but let's just see what happens. No, I didn't want a stark line there, so that's why I'm messing with it. Usually I'm an advocate of just letting it do what it's gonna do and not try and control it. All right, there's that part. Fairly easy, going fairly quickly. I'm going to pause and dry this with the hairdryer. So as you can see, some of my wash was really wet. So when I put the hairdryer on it, it did like these really fun little streaks. We're gonna leave it because we're capturing the essence and the energy of an Aries moon. So with that, I'm gonna kind of cover. I wanna do some splotchies. If it gets on the ram, no big deal. No big deal. We're going to be making the ram a little darker. So I'm just going to kind of go through my paintbrush. Try and pick up some of that. No big deal. I kind of really like how the texture. You can do this at the end. We'll do more at the end too. Why not? I just want to throw in a few bright yellow splashes. We're just going to let this take on a little mind of its own. All right, now we're gonna take this beautiful gray, blue-gray paint that we've mixed up. I'm having it be a little bit more blue. I usually would stick with the same size brush, which was a 12. I'm gonna go to a size 8. I might go smaller, I'm not sure. This part is fairly dry. There's a few wet spots, which is no big deal. I'm first gonna try and do some negative painting. I'm gonna turn this, sop up some of my paint, because I don't want to drag my hand. By negative, I think, so there's the outline of the horn. I want to leave a thin white line. Where my pencil line is, I guess. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Talking and painting at the same time, I am learning that skill again. I used to do this years and years ago, and I was a little more comfortable than I am now, but I'm getting back into the swing of things. And the reason I want to try and leave a little white line is that's going to be our outline. So like, you know how you have a pencil line? We're going to try it. If not, we can go back in and do something different. So the horn, hopefully everything is on camera. The horns on the ram are just absolutely gorgeous. One person that I absolutely love to watch and learning astrology from is on her YouTube channel. Her name is called Sloan Bella. She is absolutely amazing. All right, let's go through here. You can see some of those splotches. That's really cool. And some of the white area. So we're just going to kind of see how this is going to look. I think we're going to do a few layers of paint, but maybe not. We'll see. This is one of my favorite gray colors to mix. You can use Payne's gray, you can use neutral tint, you can use sepia, use whatever your little heart desires. You can use pure blue, pink, green, orange, whatever makes you happy. Then I want to add some dimension once this is done to the horn, I think. Okay, so we have the ear. In the nature of mixing a color like this, you're going to see the variants already. I think I'm going to cover the eye because I'll just do that all in like a really dark color. I may cover his ear altogether, but we'll see how I can. How we can salvage that. It's great when you're mixing a color like this and why you want to mix up a big batch is because it's going to be hard to create that exact value or tone again. Not impossible, but this is just to make your life easier. Okay. The birds are really chirping today. Charge in some of this color. That's the ear. This one I don't want to make as dark. Kind of like how that transparency is going there. Alright, I'm going to pull out the hairdryer again. And we're going to dry this and come back and work on a little bit of detail. This is going to be a fairly quick little illustration. Alright. So I did mix up some more of that color because I did not mix up enough. We're just going to go through here. I may switch to a different brush that has a finer point. We'll kind of see as we go how we're feeling. Again, always turn your paper if you need to. Don't be afraid to do that. And let's get this, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to get it as close to being a more even wash than it is now. So I'm not using as much water, I'm definitely using more pigment on my brush. I want the brush strokes to be going in a similar direction. Again, trying to leave that white space. Here, I just want to try and fix. It doesn't need it, but whatever floats your boat. So if you are an Aries, please comment below. I don't know if we have any Aries in the family, but we are in an Aries moon. I should have looked up some facts, but I didn't. I was just so excited to try this. To paint this little guy. Now in my watercolor sets, I do not have a black. I do not have white. In gouache I do, because gouache is less transparent. It's very opaque. Alright, we're gonna let this dry again. And then here is, like, you have these like little ridges here, and you have this line, and it's a little darker here. We are doing a silhouette, so we don't technically need to add any of those. I do want to add his eye, which in hindsight I think I should have left it, because I could have like done a fiery eye, but that's okay. Maybe next time. I do, while this is drying, I do just want to take a small wash and just add a few of these darker droplets. We'll smooth out some of those. And then we'll let this dry. And we'll go from there. All right. I'm going to take some of this Indian yellow. And I think I want to add it to where the white parts are. I'm not loving the white. I love the concept because it's breaking up this silhouette. Let's go in with some of the orange, pyro red mixture, and let's kind of, we'll do that. I love this bright color here. This is dry. I'm going to take a synthetic detail brush. I'm going to get some either burnt sienna or sepia. And I'm going to add that to my mixture of my gray mixture that we made with ultramarine blue. And I'm trying to get a super dark. I'm going to use a little water. I may outline his eye in white. We'll see. But here, hopefully my head isn't in the way. Dry up. And then we want to do this. He has like a little nostril thing here. His little mouth. It's kind of shut. Alright. This, I believe, is done. I may go in and add some white around the eye. I'm not sure. Well, there's our Aries moon interpretation. So I hope you're painting along and I hope you're having fun. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you very much. Sending lots of creative, good vibes your way. Have a great day.